my teaching, my courses when I deliver. So learning has to be a joyful experience. Enjoy the module. Thank you. Welcome to the MAN B&W Camshaft Less engines, MEC engine, electronically controlled engine. So first module we had discussed the basic concepts of the engine, introduction. And in this module now we'll learn what are the components, electronic components it is an electronic engine, electronically controlled engine. So we'll be using what is called electronic components. All right. Are for the educational purposes, for the benefit of the sea-going marine officers, marine engineers, present and future, also for the technical staff at the ship manager's office ashore. However, you are free to donate voluntarily to the creator of this course and the author without any prejudice. You can donate at paypal.me at or oblique DC prof. It's up to you. Okay, thank you. So what we have learned, MPCs are same hardware wise, but use different software downloaded from control network. See, each MPC has a different ID key, which actually has basically a program key, which prompts MPC to download the required software. So required software is sent to the MPC for which a particular dongle key has been in use. All right. Okay. For CCUs, as I told earlier, a new version of MPC, different than other MPCs used, and it's called MPC 10. All other MPCs continue to be exactly the same hardware wise and can replace any other MPC except CCU. So remember that you have to see on your ship which version of MPC is being used. On CCU is MPC 10 or other type of MPC. ESU, engine interface control unit, just refresh. Two redundant units always on interface with external system like safety system and remote control system. ECU, engine control unit. Two redundant units. There may be three also, if more than three hydraulic pumps in use. But ECU are two. But some ships you can have three ECU also. Of course, more number of units or more number of hydraulic pump. More number of hydraulic pump you will use only if there are more number of units. It executes all functions necessary for the operating of the engine, including governor function. So ECU is your governor actually. All right. And ECU gives instruction or direction or information to CCU to carry out four basic functions of running a diesel engine. CCU. One CCU for each unit, as redundancy is compensated by the multiplicity. CCU carries out cylinder loop specific function. Again, four functions. What are they? Tell me. Fuel injection, exhaust valve operation, cylinder lubrication, starting air to start air valves, pilot air, admitting pilot air. All right. Very simple. Okay. Any questions? ECU, auxiliary control unit. Usually three, and each one carries out function exclusively handled by it. No redundancy. So ACU do not have its replacement. Each ACU carries out the function as designated to it. So each ACU handles respective auxiliary blowers and hydraulic pumps. Whether hydraulic pumps can be engine driven or motor driven. One ACU can control more than one pump also, or maybe one electric driven pump, one motor driven pump. Okay. Ecosystem. Two angle encoders, A and B, with optical sensor. They are given names as marker master A and marker master B, and so on. Marker takes the again position of the crankshaft and quadrature, it tracks the RPM and direction of rotation. All right. Now we shall learn about the engine control system. So I'll show you a schematic diagram of engine control system here. I suggest you trace each line, preferably with different color pen, blue, red, yellow, and see which MP controls what. Which MPC control what. So let us go through. Let us see here. We start with your MOP bridge. Let's say EICU. EICU MOP, let's say back is coming from MOP, EICU, also main operating panel, and then let's say blue line going to CCU, 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 going to ECU, ECU. Another red, that is network. Blue and red are in networks. All right. ECU, EICU, ECU, ECU, CCU, ACU, ACU, 1, 2, 3, CCU, CCU, 1, 2, and cylinder. Now let us say this one, pump 1, 2, pump 1, 2, 3, and pump 4 and 5. What is this? Pump 1 or 2 here. These pump 1 and 2 are electric driven pumps. Pump 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 are hydraulic pump attached to the engine driven pump. All right. And this is your FIVA valve, starting air valve, alpha lubricator. All right. And the FIVA valve, when signal goes to fuel injection and for exhaust valve of particular unit. And these are the auxiliary blower 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us see what is controlled by what. In this case, let us say ACU1. Pump number 1 is controlled by ACU1. You see this line? All right. And these are electric pump. Electric pump number 2 is controlled by ACU2. So 2 pump electric pump we have done with. Number 1 electric pump controlled by ACU1. Number 2 pump electric pump controlled by ACU2. All right. Now come to hydraulic pump engine driven. Number 1 pump engine driven pump is controlled by ACU1. Number 2 engine driven hydraulic pump is controlled by ACU2. And number 3 engine driven hydraulic pump is controlled by ACU3. Now pump number 4 and 5 engine driven. How they are controlled? They are not controlled by ACU, auxiliary control unit, but they are controlled by ECU, engine control unit. Come back, see here. ECU. Number 5, controlled by, you see here, here, ECU. All right. Here it will be, I will explain later also, but briefly I will tell you, all these pumps have a swash plate. Swash plate actually is required for the variable delivery pumps to control the flow so that the suction and discharge port remain same. Because they are attached to the pump, attached to the engine, when the engine changes running direction, the sports suction delivery port will also change, or the attached pump. But that is not permissible. How can you make suction port discharge port? So for that we need a swash plate. You change the angle of the swash plate, then the suction and discharge port remain as they were when the engine was in one particular direction. All right. Don't worry. When I explain hydraulic power system, this will be more clear. But understand that for time being that the angle is controlled by swash plate. Maximum angle of a swash plate is 15 degree. So what is the difference When engine driven pumps are controlled by ECU A and ECU B, these pumps will always run discharging maximum capacity, whatever their design capacity is, as if engine is running in ahead direction. As if engine is running direction. Even if when we are running in stunt, let's say during maneuvering, or for some reason control fails, switch plate of these two pumps will still be in the direction as if engine were running in the ahead direction. So actually their output will reduce drastically. And these 1, 2, 3 pump, engine driven pump, engine attached to the engine, controlled by ACU 1, 2, 3. There are 3 pumps. One will be control pump, 2 will be follow-up pump. This I will explain later. All right. The auxiliary blowers also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, it's a large engine. The 5 blowers they are shown are controlled by, let's say, blower 1 controlled by ACU 1, 2 is controlled by ACU 2, 3 is controlled by ACU 3, and 4 is also controlled by, you can say here, controlled by 2, 4 is controlled by 1. So ACU 1, let's say, control electric driven pump 1, motor driven attached pump, hardware pump attached to the engine 1, and auxiliary blower 1, and also auxiliary blower 4. Auxiliary control unit 2 controls engine driven pump 2, electric motor driven pump 2, auxiliary blower 2, and also auxiliary blower 5. ACU controls hydraulic pump engine driven number 3, auxiliary blower 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Anyway, just a minute. Sorry, I made a mistake. Number 3 control 1, 2, 3, and 4 1 correct 4. Yeah, ACU 3 we know control blower number 3 only, and engine driven pump number 3. All right. And CCU controls, of course, for fuel injection, exhaust valve actuation, cylinder lubrication, and starting air valve. Okay, this is clear. And this is your angle encoder, reference angle sensor. This is briefly explanation. Okay. ECU, EICU A and B. We see that engine interface control unit EICU is connected through data buses to bridge remote control MOP A and MOP B, and ECU A and B. So there, these which we have shown in last slide are data buses, not electrical cable. Remember, data is transiting from there. Data is passing through. ECU A and B. ECU A and B. Engine control unit is connected to LOP, and if any interaction in the data commission with MOP and EICU remote control, engine can still be controlled from local operating panel. Because ECU is connected to the LOP. All right. ECU is also connected to the CCU 1, 2, CCU, and 4, 5, 6, whatever unit, and thereby control each unit through CCU. Because actual work is carried out by CCU as directed by ECU. All right. In this case, ECU become chief engineer, CCU become first engineer or second engineer. All right. I think that's a better analogy. CCU. Each unit has one CCU controlling various functions. A unit must perform in order to run the engine. Function of the CCU were explained in this module earlier. Just as a reminder, 4 functions a CCU carries out are, again, fuel injection, yes. Exhaust valve actuation, operation. Third, yes, go ahead. Cylinder lubrication and starting air valve, opening the, admitting the pilot air. All right. You understood the meaning, function of CCU, EICU, ECU, CCU, CCU. In the ACUs shown above, we have three ACUs. ACU1 controlling motor-driven hydraulic pump 1 and also engine-driven hydraulic pump number 1, as I was explaining in the drawing. ACU1 also control auxiliary blower number 1 and auxiliary blower number 4. ACU2 controls motor-driven pump number 2 and engine-driven hydraulic pump number 2. ACU2 also controls auxiliary blower number 2 and auxiliary blower number 5. ACU3 controls engine-driven pump number 3 and auxiliary blower number 3. All right. Engine-driven pump 1, 2, 3 are controlled by their respective ACU, but not as 4 and 5 hydraulic pump engine-driven. Engine-driven pump 4 and 5 are not controlled by ACUs, but by ACU A and B. Okay. So what we learned today? Let us quickly go through the content once again to refresh our memory. Write down all you remember and then go back and compare your answer with the presentation and note down. This is your homework and that you missed out. Okay, read that again and carry out the exercise again till the time you remember all the content of this presentation. So you can take a notebook, write down. All right. And I suggest whenever you start the course, always keep a notebook with you, pen and paper, and keep taking the notes. All right.